The so-called ag gag bill is back, and critics say it still has the same problems that prevented lawmakers from passing it last session. As Jimmy Jenkins reports, some say the measure that's designed to limit trespassing on farms is really an attack on whistleblowers and impedes free speech.
David Harden owns about 12,000 pigs at his farm in Danville, Indiana. He calls it a small family farm, but technically it is a confined animal feeding operation, or CAFO.
Which is, in certain circles, is kind of it's a four-letter word, but it just strictly designates how many animals you have on your farm at one time.
While Harden's livestock is contained in a small area, he says his pigs are kept at a comfortable temperature and supplied with food and water. Harden says the nature of agriculture has changed, and he understands that images people see of an industrial operation might be unsettling.
What a lot of people, maybe when they think of classic American agriculture, maybe a Norman Rockwell painted red barn, it doesn't look like that today, but we try and use technology to actually care for the animals better and give them a better life than they would have otherwise had.
Harden supports the bill because he says it gives producers like him extra protection.
In this day and age, it doesn't take much for a producer to be, put out of business if, they get some very bad publicity about things that have gone on their farm. And it may not be something that is necessarily bad, but to, the public today that hasn't grown up with production agriculture and doesn't understand what they're looking at, it may not look like something good, but it could be, a veterinary approved, practice and best management practice that we have on the farms today.
Senate Bill 101 creates a new crime called agricultural mischief, which enhances penalties for trespassing on agricultural facilities. Senator Travis Holdman is sponsoring the legislation. He declined to be interviewed for this story, but testifying in front of a legislative committee last week, he said the bill was necessary to protect Indiana's agricultural industry.
We have got to protect our farms and the agricultural operations in this state, which is a huge economic development driver in the state of Indiana, and to protect those folks from folks who would actually come on property and attempt to do harm to the operation.
However, those against the measure testified consumers should be able to see how their food is produced.
So instead of trying to hide what's happening on these farms, they should be more transparent, but that's not what's happening. They're pushing back harder to try to keep us in the dark.
After debeaking, the birds are moved to cages where they will spend the rest of their lives.
Huang says the bill is an attempt to frighten animal rights activists who take videos like this one in hopes of exposing abuses or illegal activity. A version of the bill failed last year because legislators said it was too broad. Senator Holdman amended the legislation to make concessions for the media, but detractors say it could still impede free speech. Senator Mark Stoops is on the committee hearing the bill. He says the current version is even worse because the penalties are more severe.
This is definitely a freedom of speech issue, and in this bill, current bill, there's not even any language that if somebody actually documents illegal activity and turns it over to the authorities, that's any protection. They're still subject to a felony charge and time in prison.
Senator Holdman testified that Indiana's SHIELD law would protect the media and those looking to expose illegal activity.
Indiana's law only protects the journalists from having to reveal the name of a confidential source that they have used in news gathering. So I'm not really clear on how the senator believes that law would actually even apply to an ag-gag related situation.
Fargo says the bill raises disturbing policy questions about discouraging whistleblowing in one specific industry.
If anything, I think good, sound public policy would say we should encourage people to expose unethical and illegal and unsafe behavior in these types of establishments.